The Unseen Tenant. It started when Emily moved into her new apartment, a small, cozy one-bedroom on the edge of town. The price was suspiciously low, but the landlord explained it away, saying the last tenant left in a hurry due to a job relocation. Eager for independence, Emily didn't ask any more questions. At first, it was little things. Keys weren't where she left them. Faucets dripped even after she turned them off tightly. The air always felt just a degree too cold, even when she cranked up the heat. She blamed her forgetfulness and an old building's quirks, until the knocking started. It always came at 3:03 a.m., soft, rhythmic taps from inside the bedroom wall. Emily thought it was a neighbor at first, but the knocks always came in threes, with an eerie, unnatural precision. Tap, tap, tap. Silence. Tap, tap, tap. One night, fed up, she knocked back. Instantly, the knocking ceased. But then, something scratched the wall, slow, deliberate, like nails trailing against the plaster. It came from inside the wall. Emily barely slept that night. She told a friend, who suggested it might be mice. Determined to solve the mystery, Emily pressed her ear against the wall the next night and listened. She heard breathing. Panicked, she called the landlord. He seemed oddly calm, almost as if he expected her call. "I'll send someone over tomorrow," he said. "Just don't knock back." That night, Emily stayed at a friend's place. The repairman arrived the next day, inspecting the wall. He didn't find any signs of rodents or damage, just an odd hollow spot. But then, he noticed something chilling. A small hidden door, sealed with rusted nails and painted over to blend with the wall. The landlord refused to explain why it was there. Emily couldn't stop thinking about the door. That evening, she did what any curious person would do. She pried at the edges, using a screwdriver to loosen the rusted nails. It took over an hour, but finally, the small door creaked open. Behind it was a narrow crawl space, barely 2 feet wide. Dust and cobwebs lined the cramped corridor, but what made Emily's blood run cold were the remains of a makeshift living space. A thin, filthy mattress, empty food cans, and piles of crumpled paper. The papers were covered in scrawled handwriting, notes about Emily, her schedule, what she ate, when she was alone, even notes about the exact time she turned off her lights each night. Then she saw something worse. Polaroid photo. It was of her sleeping in her bed. The angle of the photo made it clear it was taken from inside the crawl space, through a small hole in the wall. Heart pounding, Emily backed away, but she heard it again, the knocking. Not from the wall this time, but from the dark corridor behind the tiny door. Tap, tap, tap. She ran out of the apartment, slamming the door behind her, and called the police. They searched the crawl space thoroughly, but no one was there. However, they found clear evidence someone had been living inside the walls for months. The most terrifying discovery was the hidden passage that connected Emily's apartment to a long-forgotten maintenance tunnel running through the building, giving whoever was inside free access to come and go, unseen. Emily broke her lease the next day. Months later, she found out the truth. The job relocation story about the last tenant was a lie. He didn't move away. He had vanished without a trace. The only clue, scratches on the inside of the wall, and no one ever figured out how they got there.